To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior may be removed. We warmly welcome to the one day free international webinar on winning research plan strategies for success. If you want to become a research person, a coordinate for free online faculty development program. We will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session.
After
Participants
submitting,
who
yes, and
unmute without period may be removed.
I got it. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. We warmly welcome to the one day free international webinar on winning research grants strategies for success. If you want to become a research person, a coordinate for free online faculty development program, we will provide link in comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed.
मुझे ज्वाइन कर दिया मुझे भी अभी
Good evening, everyone. I warmly welcome to the one day free international webinar on winning research grants strategies for success. If you want to become a research person, coordinate for free online faculty development program. We will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed. Good evening, everyone. We warmly welcome to the one day free international webinar on winning research grants strategies for success. If you want to become a research person, a coordinate for free online faculty development program. We will provide a link in the comment section. If you are interested, please join through that link. We will commence the webinar in a few minutes as some participants are still joining. To ensure a smooth and focused session, please keep your microphones muted during the session. Participants who unmute without prior permission may be removed. Our special thanks to you, convener Dr. G. Pandi Shelvi, co-convener Mr. Arjun Maria, coordinator Mr. Tang Balaji Amudan. Thank you for your exceptional effort, contribution, and continuous support in planning and executing this session successfully. The Google capacity currently full. If your friends or colleagues waiting in lobby, then please suggest them the YouTube live chat. The feedback link, certificate link, share on as well as Google Meet chat. I am Jyoti from Skill Activate. Now it's my privilege to introduce our estimated speaker, Dr. Palak Chaudhry ma'am. Dr. Palak Chaudhry, BA, MS, MD, Rasasatra, Bhashajaya Kalpana is an Ayurvedic physician assistant professor and researcher with strong academic excellence having secured top ranks throughout BA, MS and MD. She holds in a additional qualification in Naturopathy Yoga and completed multiple certified training in GCP research methodology, biostatic Kshetrajaya and Ayurvedic formulaic. Her thesis on in a formulaic analytical study are the conduct showcased her expertise in Ayurvedic formalization. She has published in a research paper in a reputed journal, authorized book sharing, systematic manual and prepared papers at national conference. She has actively in a prepared in FDP national seminar, workshop, CME programs and received in a Ayurvedic Seva Ratna Puraskar 2025 for her contributions. Professionally, she has been worked in Ayurvedic physician in a private practice, conducted media in a camps in a served as an assistant professor at OM Ayurvedic Medicine College in Haridwar. She has in a currently worked in PG Department of Sastatra Bhashajaya Kalpana in Darbal Institute of Ayurvedic Research, Darbal Institute in Gujarat. She has been invited as research person in international conference and webinar deliberating expert in lectures on Ayurveda, consular care, influenza in a holistic health. For work in a reflected in a strong commitment to Ayurvedic educational research, traditional pharmaceutic and innovative approaches in healthcare. It's over to you, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you so much. Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining this session on winning research grants strategies for success. Myself, Dr. Palak Chaudhry, Assistant Professor in the Department of Ayurveda in Parul Institute of Ayurveda and Research, Vadodara. Welcome everyone. So, in the next hour, we will explore a complete roadmap for grant acquisition from identifying the right funding opportunities to crafting high quality proposal, budgeting accurately, and ensuring a successful submission. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced researcher, the strategies we will discuss will help you in increase your chances of getting funded significantly. So let's start with the today's webinar. As we all know, the research ideas require financial support to become meaningful results and impactful innovation. However, all of you know that grant funding is extremely competitive. Agencies receive thousands of proposals every year and only a small percentage is get it funded. So today's session aims to simplify the grant writing process by identifying what makes a proposal stand out and how to write the proposal and how to strategically plan the entire submission process for the proposal. So why funding proposal fail? The first main thing is that we should understand a proposal does not fail because the researchers are not capable. Most proposals fail for predictable reason like lack of an alignment with the grant objectives, lack of the clarity, weak methodology, missing justification, unrealistic outcomes, or incomplete documentation. Understanding these reasons help us prepare proposals that avoid common mistakes. So, what are the types of funding bodies which are present in the today's era? There are different kinds of funding agencies, as we all know. Like in the field of medicine, we have government agencies like ICMR, DST, DBT, Department of Biotechnology, Department of Science, CCRS, Ayush in case of Ayurveda, and National and International Research Council, NGOs, and industry. They all provide the opportunity for the research. So next step is the identifying the right funding opportunity. Not every project fits every grant. Researchers should look for calls that closely match their research theme, timeline, expected output, and the skill set. The closer the match, the higher the funding probability. Smart researchers apply selectively, not frequently, but strategically. Next is what are the tools and portals for the grant search? Funding calls are rarely come to you. You have to be alert and active. You have to actively monitor the database and official portals. You have to set the alerts, subscribe to the email notifications. You have to join the groups and WhatsApp list of funding bodies. Awareness of opportunities is the first step towards the success. Reading the call for proposal, the first and the most critical step. A lot of proposals are rejected because the researcher did not carefully read the instructions. Every call has specific themes, eligibility criteria, budget limits, document format, and allowed beneficiaries. If your proposal does not match the call, even the best idea will not be funded. Next main thing is the planning, proposal planning timeline. Good grant proposal need time. Rush proposal looks weak and they are rejected commonly. The process ideally should 2 to 4 months before the deadline, including the literature review, team formation, budgeting, methodology, polishing, and ethical approvals. The timelines also ensures internal reviews before the final submission. Next main thing is the components of a winning grant proposal. First, there should be a title, which decides the first impression and influence the reviewer expectations. Next is the abstract, background and the rationale. You have to write objectives for the project, methodology, a complete methodology you should write in it, timeline and the work plan, budget and the justification, and last the expected outcomes. First important thing is writing a compelling title. A title should be clear, specific, and outcome focused, which indicates a well designed study. You should avoid long, vague, and unsupported claims. Good titles communicate innovation immediately. Strong versus weak titles. A weak title is overly broad, shows no innovation, and does not convey methodology or purpose. A strong title reflects research approach, target disease or population, and expected value. The difference immediately increase in a reviewer's confidence about the scope and the feasibility. As you can see on your screen, the first one is the weak title and second one is the strong title. Weak title just signifies only a study, that is study on herbs for diabetes. But a strong title should signify the each and every detail that you should follow in the project, like network pharmacology based analysis of an Ayurvedic herb for multi-target management of type 2 diabetes. That it is broad and target target related. Next is crafting an impressive abstract. The abstract should be between 200 to 300 words. It should include the background, significance, objectives, methodology, outcome, and societal or clinical benefits. You should avoid highly technical background or overly journal statements in the formation of abstract. Many reviewers form their initial judgment based on the abstract only. So you should be careful regarding this. Next is background and the rationale behind the study that you will going to do in the future. This is where you prove that your research question matters. Use relevant statistics, previous research findings, and expert conscious to show the magnitude of the problem. You have to build a narrative that logically leads to your research question. It should support with epidemiology, mechanism, gaps, and citations. Next is statement of problem, which clearly define what is wrong or missing in the current scientific setting. The problem should be specific, relevant, and urgent. This section should convince reviewers why this research should be prioritized over others. This will be very beneficial in getting the proposal. Next is research gap identification. The research gap is what existing literature has not been solved yet. It should emerge from the scientific evidence, not assumptions. When the reviewer sees a clear and authentic gap, funding justification becomes stronger. So for this, you have to use flowcharts or maps to visualize the gap and highlight the contradiction, limitation, and the unanswered question. Uh, Next is the objectives and hypotheses. Objectives must be attainable and measurable, and you have to follow the SMART objectives, which should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. They should correspond directly to the outcomes. And hypothesis, it should be clear, testable, and falsifiable, and logically derived from the background literature. Over-ambition damages the proposal, so feasibility matters more than the complexity. Next is methodology. The methodology assures the reviewers that the project can be executed and results are measurable. A strong methodology reflects the clarity of the sampling, tools, research instruments, intervention, outcome measures, and the statistical plan. And methodology should include the study design, the sample size and the population, the sampling strategy that you will follow, the data collection methods, tools and the instruments, what will be the outcome measures, and the statistical plan, that what should be the statistical tests that are used, that will be used in the project. Next is the detailed tips for methodology. You have to write methodology as if someone else should be able to replicate your study. Every objective should link directly to a methodological component. It should include ethics, data storage, validation, randomization, blinding, and contingency plans, and also include the feasible recruitment strategies. So first is ethical consideration. The research ethics demonstrate accountability, whether the study involves the human participants, animals, digital data, or clinical records. Reviewers want to see the safety and the confidentiality. So attach proposal whenever possible. You have to omit the risk benefit analysis. expected outcomes. It shows what the funding agency will get in return. Projects with measurable social, clinical, technological, or policy level benefits have higher success rates. Next is innovation component. Innovation doesn't always means inventing the something new. It could be a new application, new combination, new mechanism, new tools, or new interdisciplinary approach. Funding bodies prioritize the novelty. So there should be novel methodology and there should be commercialization potential in your project. Next important thing is the timeline. And this is a feasibility test. If timelines are vague or unrealistic, reviewers doubt the project. Clearly, you have to clearly define the task, duration, milestones, and deliverables. You have to make sure that timeline matches your objectives and the budget. Budget planning. Budget should reflect reality, neither inflated nor underestimated. It shows the exact human resources, materials, consumables, equipments, travel, dissemination, and the contingency. Under budgeting leads to the execution problems, and the over budgeting leads to the rejection. So, there should be proper budget plan for your proposal. Next is the justification for the budget. Justification explains why each cost is necessary. For example, if you request equipment, you have to justify why institutional equipment is unavailable. A well justified budget builds your trust. You have to avoid overinflation and you can indicate the vendor quotations if required. Team composition. As we all know, that team consists of PI and co-PIs. So reviewers fund teams, not just ideas. Your team should collectively have expertise in the research topic, methodology, statistics, and publications. So collaboration with the recognized experts can improve the proposal. You can include the statistician, lab technician, and the research assistant. You can collaborate with some mentors or you can demonstrate expertise with their capability. Structure, which describes the laboratories, equipments, libraries, animal houses, hospital sites, and collaboration. Show that the institution truly supports the research environment. It should be very beneficial for grant of research project. Risk assessment and the mitigation. The most important thing that every research project faces the risk. Participants drop out or technical failure or the supply delays. So a good proposal anticipates the risk and shows the contingency strategies. This reflects the preparedness for the future. For example, like for data loss, you can use cloud backup and redundancy, and for attrition, you can use oversampling strategy. So by this, you can overcome the risk assessment. And next is monitoring and evaluation. The funding agencies demand accountability. Monitoring includes the internal reviews, progress reports, financial audits, and quality assurance. So demonstrate that you understand the responsibility attached to the funds. So you have to monitor all these things. The common pitfalls to avoid that should be avoided. The most rejected proposal failed due to avoidable errors, unclear writing, inconsistency between the title and the methodology, or the mismatched budget, lack of ethical approvals, or grammatical issues. So quality checks matters. You should avoid the vague methodology or the unrealistic outcomes, weak justification and poor budgeting, and spelling and formatting errors while submitting the proposals. Reviewer expectations from your proposal. The reviewers judge significance, feasibility, innovation, team capability, and value for your money. So your proposal must clearly satisfy all five. Don't assume that explicitly demonstrate. The review process. After the submission, the review process starts. So understanding the review system helps to improve the writing strategy. Many proposals are rejected during administrative screening due to the incomplete documentation work. Not just the content. A review process may involve the scoring expert panels in the rebuttal. So funding decision and contract should maintain. How to make your proposal stand out. There should be visual clarity, structured flow, solid preliminary data, feasibility proof, figures, graph, pilot study evidence, and strong justification, which significantly enhance the funding chances. Next is the resubmission strategy for rejected grants. So rejection doesn't mean the failure. Many funded proposals were previously rejected. So respond to the reviewer feedback. You have to improve the methodology, strengthen the justification, and resubmit the project. As we all know, resilience is the key in the research funding. So you can resubmit to same or to the new agency. Next is the collaboration and the networking. Grants are increasingly awarded to the multidisciplinary and multi-institutional projects, so which increase the success rate. And you have to attend the conferences and grant writing workshops, or you can seek mentorship from the previously funded investigators, which will help you in writing a more resilient proposal. And networking improves the visibility, increase the expertise, and demonstrates the resource capability. So next is tools for the project management. Technological tools help to maintain the organization in complex grant-funded projects, especially in tracking the milestone, that is the financial documentation and reporting. You can use the software like MS Project, Notion, and the reference managers like Zotero, and the sample size calculator, and the online statistics software like GPower, SPSS, etc. For example, now we can use a case study. This real world example illustrates how well structured proposal with proper title and the robust methodology, realistic budget, and clear outcomes is successfully secured funding. It proves that the strategy matters as much as the science. So you should follow these points while writing your proposal. An outcome will be successful and the grant awarded to you. And grant will be awarded to you. Next is the checklist before submission. A final checklist is an essential safety net. You have to check the alignment of the proposal, budget accuracy, what you have mentioned in your budget. Next is the consistency across the sections, plagiarism report and the grammar check. All annexes that have been mentioned, whether they are uploaded or not. And next is the ethical approval letter if needed by the agency. So you have to recheck all these before submission. Final submission strategy. So the last stage must be systematic. You have to submit early and download the confirmation receipts. And you have to store the copies of all the documents and notify the team members. Never submit on the last day as technical failures are extremely common. So you have to save the PDF file, the Word file, and the budget plan, and keep the soft and hard copies of the signed documents with you, and track the acknowledgement application from time to time. The key takeaways from today's session. Winning grants is not just about the brilliant ideas, it is about presenting ideas strategically, clearly, and convincingly. So, grant writing improves with practice, teamwork, and persistence. So, you can write with clarity, consistency, and innovation, plan realistic methodology and budget. Oh, you have to avoid the common proposal errors, and at last, persistence is the key. So go ahead with this. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. So let's work together towards the impactful and the well-funded research. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for explaining about some topics like how to identify in the right grants and finding opportunities, writing, completing titles, abstract methodologies. Before we conclude, we would like to our sponsors JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offer a publication services including scopus, SCA, patents, copyrights, thesis, textbooks, etc. For any publication assistant, you are warmly invited to their WhatsApp group link in the chat box as well as comment section. We also thank all participants for joining us today. Please fill the feedback form for the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate. Please fill the feedback form for the certificates. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificates. Before we conclude, we would like to sponsor JVK Technologies. JVK Technologies offer publication services including scopus, SCA, patents, copyrights, thesis, textbook, etc. For any publication assistant, you are warmly invited to their WhatsApp group. Link in this chat box as well as comment section. We also thank all the participants first Joining is today. Please fill the feedback form for the certificate. Those who fill the feedback only will get the certificate.